As a consultant, we're working with customers and we get into a challenge we like to call a complete paradigm shift. It's interesting because you go in with an idea of the problems you have at hand, and you're in these discovery sessions, you're leading these sessions, you're drawing out information, and they tell us their challenges, and we tell them and we work with them to figure out how we can do it better, to save them time, to save them 50% of the time, how we can help them derive more valuable insights. And then sometimes you have like this aha moment, and we're working with them on how to align business and technology. And then we think the reason you're actually doing all of this way now and doing it in this fashion, and the reason you have this entire operating procedure that you have to follow is because of this particular thing way, way, way upstream that is happening, which has led to all of these downstream activities that are required: reconciliation, adjustments, talking to these other people, making these phone calls, talking to that team, talking to this team, looking at actual paperwork to figure things out. All that is in place because of this upstream issue that we've just identified. Like, boom, that's a huge paradigm shift because we're thinking like how we can make what they're doing better. And we learn this other thing just by digging into it. And now we can say, hey, we can actually address this other thing, and everything that you were doing downstream of that, we have an opportunity to reorchestrate, re-engineer, redesign. So instead of trying to make this downstream thing better, we can change that downstream thing, change that entirely, change the way you work entirely, put a business process in place that accommodates this upstream change that we're recommending, which combined with process and technology gets you exactly to where you want to be and beyond, especially in the future, because we've identified a big problem way upstream. And of course, we got to dig into it a bit more, and we work with them a bit more. We get their feedback, try to figure out exactly what we can do. We don't want to dictate what the process should be, and we don't want to act like we're disconnected, and we don't want to start saying we're going to completely change the way you work, but we want to bring them along for the ride, bring them along in the conversation, bring them along as part of the process to get something that will work very well for everybody. And keep in mind the executive mandates. So you have people on individual teams that want to do things a certain way. You have executive mandates as well. They might not be completely aligned, or maybe they are aligned. You just have to dig into it a little bit more and get something that works for everybody, but certainly aligned to the executive mandate. So when you're consulting, it's these aha moments that happen that are completely outside of your existing box, your existing frame of reference, your existing paradigm, and they change the paradigm completely. And those are really amazing aha moments where you really have an opportunity to bring something to the table that might even be less work overall and less complex, with some trade-offs, obviously, that can really move the needle much further than what you and your client were even originally anticipating. That's so powerful. So as consultants, that's what we look for. And it might not always work out the exact precise way you want it to, but you start moving in that direction, start getting that alignment, getting people on board, getting people to align with the vision, and it's exciting. And it's exciting having some skin in the game on top of that as well, executionally, to see things play out. That's what we do as consultants, as a consultancy. That's how we move the needle, and that's how we can get big wins. Changing the paradigm. Doesn't always work the way you want it to work, though, but you've got to start somewhere and grow from there. Some changes are just going to be difficult, and the client might not be on board, but you've got to start somewhere and start digging in to see what can actually be done and what's feasible. I'm sure a lot of consultancies can relate. I'm sure a lot of people can relate. I'm sure a lot of people who have radically changed their process in the way they work can relate. It's good. It's fun. Any other questions you have about this? Reach out to me in a private message, send me a comment. I'm here to help. We work in the data space, the technology space, the architecture space, the cloud space. all facets of data: architecture, process alignment, governance, technology, analytics. It's what we do, and we enjoy it. Thank you.